Hey guys, it's Mad Friday and welcome back to another quick Is It Worth the Gold episode, and today we're going to be looking at the Panther MIT 8.8. Here it is, Tier 8 Premium German Medium Tank. So the stock package is going to cost you 7,500 gold, or you can go for the fully loaded bundle with 3 days of premium time, all of its stuff, the ASOP, and also 3 pieces of equipment worth roughly 1.5 million silver. For 900 gold, that's not actually that bad at all, and that's the one I went for. So here it is, the Panther MIT 8.8. As you can see from the top, it gets premium matchmaking, which is nice. So what's the differences between this and the regular Tier 8 Panther 2? Well, as the name suggests, this is the Panther from Tier 7 with the Tier 8 turret and gun. But it's not quite as simple as that. So what's the main differences? Well, obviously you've got less hull armour than the standard Panther. You've got 20mm less frontal armour. The turret's the same, but what you do gain is some nice gun performance, and I was quite surprised at the difference. And that is basically what you need. Right, so looking at the gun mainly here, 8.69 rounds per minute compared to the Panther 2 7.79, so you've almost got an extra round per minute already there. Pen and alpha damages are all the same, but aim time is also down from 2.9 to 2.5, and accuracy is down from 0.34 to 0.31. So basically, if you like the Panther 2, you basically ditch a little bit of hull armour to gain a lot of gun performance, and I think that gun performance counts. Because those guys of you that have had the Panther 2 before, you know you get penetrated by anything from anywhere anyway, so you may as well ditch a little bit of the useless armour and gain some gun performance. And what a nice gun it is. From some of the other stats as well, it's slightly less manoeuvrable than the Panther 2, and signal range is down because it's a premium tank and they always nerf the signal range, so you're going to have to be a bit careful about how far away you get from your friendlies. Anyway, right, quick look at the ammunition choices. So the stock is AP, 203mm pens average. APCR goes up a fair bit, and you get 12 of those with it. And HE is obviously pretty poo, like HE normally is. So that is it basically. You get, depending on what package you choose, you get the Panther MIT 8.8, some premium time, some equipment, all for a fairly decent price. Remember, this is a Tier 8 premium tank, and you can get it from 7,500 gold to 8,400. So that is a lot less than some of the other premium tanks that are in the tech tree already. Obviously, looking here though, there's another option available at the minute, the KV5, which is cheaper. So that's possibly a better option. But if you like German tanks, then this is not a bad option at all. And I'm glad I bought it, to be honest. Right, so on to a little bit of gameplay, just so you can see how this thing operates. I've not had any particularly big games yet, but I wanted to get this video out as quickly as possible to try and help you guys make up your mind as to whether you want to buy this Tier 8 Premium German Medium Tank. Right, so here we go into a little bit of gameplay.
The enemy is defending a position up ahead. It's our job to take it from them.
Right, so here we go with a little bit of gameplay. Right, trying to explain to you what this tank is like. If you've had the Panther 2, you will know what it's like pretty much. It's basically a Panther 2 with slightly less hull armour, slightly less manoeuvrability, and slightly better gun performance, and that is it basically. So not a bad tank at all, really. The gun performance is excellent for a Tier 8 Premium. If you compare this to the T95 E2, the gun on this is superb to the gun on the T95 E2, and a lot of people do really well with that American tank. So to have a better gun on this thing, I think it's going to be quite a favourite actually. Right, so here we go. Got into a fairly early position. Not many people have come to help me, and with the amount of enemies in my front, I didn't think I was going to be here for very long, but do manage to survive through this with a little bit of side scraping and a little bit of luck. Right, so I know I'm spotted. Can't spot them myself, so they're obviously behind some cover. A bit worried about the 2 enemy artilleries. Here we go, spot again. As soon as my arse end poked out through that bush, there they are. See them now. time to get some return fire in. Right, so with a gun with .31 accuracy, auto aim is actually quite a powerful tool, especially for situations like this where you're more interested about the angle of your armour rather than what you're doing with your gun. There's no point being able to make a shot if you're going to lose all your health doing it. Anyway, so we finished off that Comet in a couple of shots. The accuracy of this gun could snipe out his drive wheel pretty easily in that sort of situation. Spy a shot on a T-37, it's quite a valuable tank in this sort of situation, so we get one in. But he's taken some damage and pulls back. Right, so ever conscious of the artillery, we need to keep moving. There, Panther 88 there on the enemy's team is getting wrecked by 2 light tanks. That is the thing, the armour is not great. You need to play this thing. It'd probably make a really good long game sniper this. But you can't always do that, especially when if you're the only top tier tank of your team on a whole flank. Never mind. Quite a low health T-32. Gun depression does troll me a little bit there. The gun depression is actually pretty good. It's just when you hit bumps in the Panther, it does tend to bounce the tank around. But the way the Panther suspension works does make it a very stable platform for firing on the move. And you can't really see it in this video, but some other games I've had, if you're driving along some flat sand like Sand River or something, the gun circle does not bloom very much at all, especially with the equipment that this tank comes with as well. Yeah, very good gun performance on a very average chassis. But then, like I said, if you've had the Panther 2, you know the Panther 2 is pretty average. Oh, there we go, a fair and balanced response to me camping at the back of the map. I get hit for 2/3 of my health and set on fire for my troubles. Yeah, so going from being pretty healthy and doing a fair amount of damage to being not very healthy at all. Anyway, right, as I spoke about in the premium preview, definitely the worst thing about this tank is its hill climbing ability. Its power to weight ratio is not great, and the ground resistances can't be that good either, and this crew I'm using in this tank does have off-road driving. So this is even with off-road driving and brothers in arms, which does affect your driver as well. Here we go. Maybe I should have loaded a high explosive round for the artilleries, but I don't think I would have one-shot them anyway. And our artillery finishes them off. Now some open ground, starting to build some speed. One thing I've noticed with the armour on this, it does work against lower tier targets, even though it was realistically a tier 7 hull. Tier 7s and 6s you can side scrape against pretty well, and the turret seems to work pretty well against them as well. Not had a tier 9 game in this yet, so in a tier 9 game, more than likely I'm going to be playing the long game sniper, but in a tier 8 game with quite a lot of lower tier tanks, yeah, you can get to the front and get stuck in. Right, that was a quick game in the Panther, just so you can see how it was. I'm not going to spend ages grinding out a really big game just for this video. Just want to give you guys a good idea of what it's like, so you can make your decision without having to spend out the money. That was good enough for a mastery, but it is day 1. I have had a 3.5k game in this, but it was a defeat, so I decided not to show that one. Anyway, right, there we go guys. I hope this video helps you. It's not a bad tank at all. Similar price to the Brazil was, but I much prefer this tank, and I will be keeping it for a good crew trainer, and it does make really good silver as well, even though I'll make quite a lot of money there, even with just 2k damage. Well, there you go guys, hope you enjoyed the video, hope it helps you make your decision. Please give it a like if you did, please sub if you're not, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.